Go ahead, Mr. Producer.
For equal work. But you keep refusing to say whether or not you'd sign a bill that protects equal pay for equal work.
Oh, that's a good one. Stop right there. Let me ask you a question. Does the Lilly Ledbetter Act apply to the office of the president? I'm just asking, because the Washington Free Beacon did a study on the salaries. That's right. Of Barack Hussein Obamaroid's own staff. And you know what they found? That's right. If you have a certain type of genitalia, you make more than people who have a different type of genitalia. That is, the males are making lots more than the females. So I ask you this question, simple question. Bob Schieffer, wake the hell up. Why are you calling him out? Because he's the moderator, quote unquote, the Monday debate on Deface the Nation, the guy. He'll be as lousy as the rest of them, by the way. But anyway, I'm just curious. Why don't all of you females who work for the president sue him under the Lilly Ledbetter Act, because you don't earn what the male members of the Obama staff earn? That seems very simple to me. It's like Obama's income tax rate is lower than that of his secretary. He's so concerned about Mitt Romney's finances. Too bad he's not that concerned about America's finances. Is he running to be Mitt Romney's accountant, or is he running to be president of the United States? I'm just curious. But there he is. There's Obama out there. Hey, let me tell you something. Oh, Romnesia. Why wouldn't he just sign the Lilly Ledbetter Act? Because the Lilly Ledbetter Act is another piece of left-wing crap. That's why. We have federal laws. We talked about this yesterday. That prohibit discrimination in pay for the same job with the same tenure, that is seniority, with the same hours in the same firm. Those laws already exist. Obama didn't move the ball forward. But hey, he's got Romnesia. And he also has Obamaroids. Go ahead, Mr. Producer.
You might have Romnesia.
Oh!
If you say women should have access to contraceptive care, but you support legislation that would let your employer deny you contraceptive care, you might have a case of Romnesia.
Stop right there. Well, stop right there. How can your employer deny you contraceptive care? Does anybody who can hear this beautiful voice of mine, can you tell me if your employer denies you contraceptives? Do you go to your employer and say, hey, look, I need some contraceptives. Is that where you go to get your contraceptives? And the employer says, no, I'm denying them to you. Oh, okay. And that's the end of it? I mean, is this the most clownish presidential campaign you've ever seen? Here's the deal. You want contraceptives? Go buy them. Your employer can't stop you. Republicans aren't going to stop you. Nobody gives a damn. Mr. Producer, do you give a damn if somebody goes out and buys contraceptives? Mr. Call Screener, do you care if somebody goes out and buys contraceptives? You think you guys might vote for Romney? Yes? Well, I'm voting for Romney, and I don't care if they buy contraceptives. Has anybody asked Romney? Yes. He says he doesn't care either. So why does Obama keep this up? It's called the big lie, and he's got lots of them. He's got lots of lies. That's why he's an Obamaroid, which rhymes with... Go ahead, Mr. Producer.
If you say you'll protect a woman's right to choose, but you stand up at a primary debate and said that you'd be delighted to sign a law outlawing that right to choose in all cases, man, you've definitely got Romnesia.
Let's stop right there. Mr. Constitutional Professor sounds like an idiot. Number one, a statute cannot overturn a Supreme Court decision. You with me here, folks? I just want to show you how stupid your president is. Number two, under our constitutional amendment process, exactly what role does the president have? Anybody know? He has no role. None whatsoever. There's no role for the executive branch in either of the two constitutional amendment processes. So what is it that Romney's going to do exactly? Pass a statute? Well, he doesn't even do that. Sign a constitutional amendment? He can't sign a constitutional amendment. Oh, he may appoint people to the Supreme Court who may strike down Roe v. Wade. And then what happens? About 90% of the states will authorize abortion at different levels in different ways because it goes back to the states. So what the hell is he talking about? He's not talking about anything. He's got Obamaroids. Go ahead, Mr. Producer. Oh, that one's over already. Well, I had a little Romnesia, sorry. I mean, mean, I feel like this guy, he goes on the comedy channel, talks to that doofus, John Leibowitz, a.k.a. Jon Stewart. By the way, I hate to do this to you, Mr. Producer. Can you find quickly, if not, just tell me in my ear, a little montage of the Jon Stewart bleeps? This president keeps going on the Jon Stewart show. Jon Stewart, oh, he's so great. He's so funny. I remember when his comedian writers went on strike, he had to leave the show because he can't write his own jokes, and yet he's a comedian, and he is a joke. He must have Obama-roids, too. Oh, he's so brilliant, this John Leibowitz. So brilliant. Every politician wants to be on there. Obama's been on there repeated times. Bill O'Reilly loves the guy. Well, here's a little montage. Tell me if I on radio could get away with 3 seconds of this. Go.
You're all gonna die! Really? You heard that? Because that's insane. Holy cash in?
Wrap the reins tighter.
All right. I don't like that one. That's enough. What do we have, 5 minutes of that, Mr. Producer? Beep, 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 and on and on and on and on. Man's a genius. Absolute genius. But, talk radio, I mean, the level of hate and vile language on talk radio. Hey, but I love that comedy channel. I love that Bill Maher. Oh, he's good. Everybody wants to be on that show, too. Even some of my friends. I don't get it. Another punk. But there's Obama. Romnesia. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bad case of this nation of Obama-roids. Whether it's employment, whether it's small businesses, whether it's the price of gasoline, whether it's the price of housing, interest rates, the zero interest rate stuff, that's not good for everybody. There are people who don't know where to put their money because they can't get any interest on it. So it's artificially low, and one day it's going to implode, as will inflation. Yeah, we're all going to be suffering from Obama-roids for the rest of our lives. One more as we go through our waterboarding segment of the Mark Levin show. I'm sorry you have to listen to Obama so we can address it. And I'm sorry you students at George Mason University have to keep hearing this guy. Hey, you want to hear another one? Ho-ho! Anyway, here he is again with his degrading condescension about women. Cut 6, go.
So the economy is the dominant issue. But I want everybody to understand that that's not the only place where Governor Romney is offering you a sketchy deal. It's bad enough that my opponent wants to take us back to the failed economic policies of the past. But when it comes
stop. The failed economic policies of the past. That's right. Almost full employment. Remember those days? I remember those days. An expanding economy. Remember those days? Yeah, we don't want to go back to that. We don't want to go back to free market capitalism and limited government. No. This stuff's just great. Go ahead.
Critical to women. The right to make your own decision about your health. The right to be treated fairly and equally in the workplace. Governor Romney wants to take us to policies more suited to the 1950s. Even his own running mate said he's kind of a throwback to the 50s. That's one thing we agree on.
All right, ladies, I've asked you before, what exactly has Barack Obama done for you? He hasn't done anything for anybody. So he creates these straw men. He's going to protect you from men who want to take away your contraceptives. And which men would those be? I mean, honest to God, they paint this completely fabricated picture, and then they run against it. Equal pay. Do you know under the Lilly Ledbetter Act, there have been 34 lawsuits brought? We have a big country. Over 310 million people. Over 50% of whom are women. 95 million people in the workplace. Millions of women in the workplace. 34 cases. 34 cases under the great Lilly Ledbetter Act. And this is what he's running on all over the country. Hey, I got you the Lilly Ledbetter Act. Thanks to me now, you have equality. He's pretending to be the great emancipator. He hasn't emancipated anyone from anything. Let me repeat, and I'll speak slowly for you liberals. Before Barack Obama was a United States senator, let alone before he was president, let alone before he signed the great Lilly Ledbetter Act, it was illegal as a matter of federal law to have disparate payment That is disparate salaries for women who are in the same jobs, the same seniority, and the same hours, and the same responsibilities as men in comparable positions. Already illegal. You know what the Lilly Ledbetter Act really is? It's a law for the slip and fall lawyers. It expanded the power of the lawyers to bring lawsuits so they could make more money. It's another payoff to his buddies. And as many slip and fall lawyers who are out there, and you know who you are, 34 cases. So the law must not be that good for anybody. Not for the slip and fall lawyers, not for women, not for anyone. But that's his great achievement for you women. Oh, and the other one, free contraceptives. Now, keep in mind, women get breast cancer, right? They get diabetes. They get heart disease. They get all these other very, very, very serious illnesses and diseases. They're not free, keep in mind. And they can't be free or we go broke faster than we already are. But that said, if you made a list of all the medical priority things you need to have, where you want insurance because they're expensive or they'll cover very severe illnesses or diseases, tell me, would contraceptives be at the top of your list? It's at the top of Obama's list. He's not campaigning around the country saying, hey, all you people with heart disease, look what I've done for you. All you people with diabetes, look what I've done for you. All you people with breast cancer. No, he's not doing that. He's saying, oh, look, I got your contraceptives, and Romney's a throwback because he won't make them free. Ladies and gentlemen, please, can't we throw this idiot the hell out of office?